How many of you have heard about handwriting analysis? Let me know in the chat box. If you ever come across a graphologist, if you ever, you don't know, and okay, easy for a moment. So most of you, me, got it. Nice. Read certain articles. Samina from Mangaluru. Samina ji also here. You were the first time. Okay. You're not from Hyderabad. Yes. Fatima from Dehradun. Okay. I think so. We have done, attended a workshop. Great, Lubna. Yeah, so I think we have got a bunch of people who actually know or have some idea about handwriting analysis. That is beautiful. Now, how many of you are ready to enter the magical world of handwriting? Write me in the chat box. Everybody write me in the chat box. Perfect, perfect. So I'll quickly take you through what is that we are going to learn in today's session. The session is going to be for another 2.5 hours. So make sure you're completely here without any distraction. I need your 2 hours and I promise you I will add a lot of value. I need your 100% participation. Yeah. So for people who have not written, what you can do, you can just take a photograph of it or take a screenshot of it, and then you can just write it and keep it with yourself. Yeah. Looks fair? Perfect. So in today's session, what you're going to learn is you can take a screenshot, everyone. Okay. So you're firstly going to identify, negative frequency in your writing. How many of you understand frequency? So most of the life situations that we attract in our life is because at what frequency we are vibrating at. If we are vibrating at a better frequency, then yes, we attract better situations in our life. If we are vibrating at lower frequency, then that kind of situations we attract in our life. So we are going to identify frequency looking at your handwriting. How to build rapport. Many a times this is what I have been doing for so many years, and you can instantly build rapport with anyone using this. Yeah. Learn to heal yourself, and that's the session is all about. We have always talking about handwriting analysis, but there's a very very important aspect of handwriting that nobody talks about. That is how you can heal yourself, how you can change your mindset using handwriting or changing certain strokes. And that is what we are going to learn, how you can take graphology as a full-time profession and start making income in less than 2 weeks. And that is what you can create. And that is what I want to offer to all of you. How you can discover your true potential, how you can read minds with handwriting, and very important, how by learning this profession, you can make a difference. So that is something that we are going to learn. All right. So on that note, I have to make this thing very, very clear. I have included some of these sessions that I give in my paid program, where I will be inviting you at the end to, upgrade to the paid program. I want to just make it very, very clear. Yeah. So once you are 100% convinced that, okay, this science is giving a lot of value to me, this is really connecting to me, and I never knew that this is what handwriting can do to you, I will give you the opportunity when you can upgrade and learn more and master this entire science in less than 2 weeks. And that is something that I'm going to offer to you. Now, before we start the session, it's very, very important that I have your 100% participation. Yeah. Otherwise, what will happen? I to speak, I have taken maybe more than 60, 70 webinars. I can continue to say like this. But here, I want you to get value. Yeah. And how will you get value? When you will participate 100%. And how will you participate 100%? The first step is by switching on your videos. And I'll tell you the logic behind it. So every time when you switch on your video, when you are physically active, you are able to receive more. How many of you agree with me? Otherwise there's no accountability. And now that you're here, you're going to invest your another 2 hours, 2.5 hours with me. There is no point, and I do not want to give you half-hearted knowledge. Yeah. So quickly come to the videos. Let me see all your beautiful faces. right? Perfect. So that means that the first step that you will participate 100%. We will be doing lot of practical work today. आज हम बहुत सारा practical work भी करेंगे. So make sure you are making notes, you are having your pen and paper ready, you are ready with your handwriting. If there are people at your home, your spouse, your parents, your siblings, where you want to get their handwriting, children not below the age of 15, above 15, you can get their handwriting. Yeah. And whatever you're going to learn today, you're going to share it with everyone. That's the promise you have to make. And very, very important, I will teach you some beautiful strategies because this is the first webinar of the new year. I have amazing bonuses for all of you. You are going to get a lot of value. So make sure whatever you learn today, you're going to take action. Right? Minda ji, so nice to see you. Right? Okay. So if you agree, write IP in the chat box. That means you I am having your commitment for another 2.5 hours. Write IP in the chat box. And that's how you exhibit your participation. Amazing. Amazing. That's the energy I'm looking for. Amazing. All right. Perfect. So we'll start with this beautiful thing, beautiful affirmation. So everybody, you have to write this affirmation. I hope you understand what is affirmation. Affirmation is nothing but a declaration to the universe that, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it is going to be. Yeah. And the affirmation is, thank you, universe. I am the most valued handwriting analyst and I love adding value to everyone around. Please write it down. And once you're done writing, write done in the chat box. And when you're writing, check your frequency, check your energy, because whatever you're writing, you're putting it your energy and frequency to your words. So thank you, universe. I'm the most valued handwriting analyst and I love adding value to everyone around. Once you're done writing, write done in the chat box. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So before we start, you must be thinking that, okay, Divyadeep, we have been listening to you for the past 10 minutes and you are talking about handwriting and graphology and graphotherapy, but you can see it on the screen, Ritika. It's also shared on the screen. So, what gives me the authority? Why I'm here and what inspires me to take these sessions, to reach out to all of you, to, actually create this awareness about this beautiful science? How many of you want to know more about me? Write, KM in the chat box if you want to know more about me, that, from where I come, what is my understanding. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. So, with your permission, let me formally introduce myself to all of you. My name is Divyadeep Kaur. I'm India's leading international certified handwriting analyst. Who is a handwriting analyst? Handwriting analyst is a person who has the skill to understand and read people's mind through handwriting. Yeah, that's someone who is a handwriting analyst. Yeah. I am founder of Handwriting Arena Academy, which is affiliated to Government of India. So it's a training academy that I am founder of. Apart from that, I'm also a healer, hypnotherapist. I think most of you have attended my Ho'oponopono sessions. By profession, I'm a MA counseling psychologist, TEDx speaker, and a life coach. And I have been doing this beautiful science of handwriting analysis from the past 17 years. So I came into the world of personal transformation, but the first skill that I learned before I could even complete my studies, it was handwriting analysis. And I've been doing it since the age of 16. I have got this beautiful opportunity and privilege to analyze over 11,000 handwriting samples so far. So when I say 11,000 handwriting samples, that means I've got this opportunity to understand 11,000 beautiful souls using their handwriting. Yeah. And with this science, I was able to inspire and heal more than 50,000 people through my videos, through my speaking events and everything. But very, very important, though I am a hypnotherapist, I am a Ho'oponopono healer, but handwriting analysis is my identity. For people who know me, they always relate to me someone as, oh, the lady who does something with handwriting. So I think this is my moral responsibility to give back to the science, that gave me an identity. Because 16 years back, I never knew that this would be my profession. Yeah. I really want to share this story with all of you on how I decided that I want to take handwriting analysis. And remember, that was a time I clearly remember, I went to my parents and I said, you know what, I don't want to do anything, but this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And my parents asked me, we understand that's your passion, that's your hobby, but what is that you're going to do professionally? I'm like, this is what I'm going to do professionally, Papa. I want to take handwriting analysis to another level. And that's the reason I have done lot of speaking events, live events. Wherever I get an opportunity, I educate people about handwriting, on how it changes your mindset. Not only this, I have been covered by a lot of media houses. I've also shared articles on how you can eliminate stress using handwriting, how your handwriting is nothing but mind writing, how your handwriting is a mirror to the personality, all of that. I've done that. So I keep executing knowledge about this beautiful science. And if you're not following me, I really request all of you, because I promise you in today's session, the kind of insights you will get about your handwriting, you would want to know more, you would want to be connected. And I keep posting content every day where I talk about different traits, where I talk about, graphotherapy. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go to Instagram right now, look for handwriting.divyadeep, and I'm also sharing it in the chat box, and start following me. You'll find lot of content on graphotherapy and writing analysis. And if you want to know more about meditations, then you can go on YouTube and look for Divyadeep Kaur. You will find lot of meditations, lot of content. There's content on handwriting and Ho'oponopono and many things. But definitely Instagram. And if you can go share a story that take a picture, share it on your Instagram that you're attending this session, because I'm promising you, once you post this, many people will reach out to you, can you see my handwriting too? And in the end of the session, I will be giving you 2 3 beautiful traits which you can look into your handwriting, which you can also look into anybody's writing. In fact, you can also give them a beautiful tip to heal their anxiety, and that is what you're going to learn. Yeah. If you're done following me, write done in the chat box. Write done in the chat box. If you have an Instagram handle, you can follow me on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, look for Divyadeep Kaur, subscribe to my channel. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. So let us start with how many of you want to just have the practical knowledge, and how many of you want just the background, and how many of you want both? If you want both background and the practical knowledge, then write both in the chat box. Yeah, because it's very important. I cannot jump into the practicalities. Yes, most of you are saying both. Yeah, it's very important for you to understand so many things about handwriting, but how is it connecting to our life? How is it connecting to our subconscious mind? So let us start with the basics, the background. I'll quickly take 10-15 minutes to make you understand that. Now, your handwriting, the secret that I'm going to reveal is your handwriting is actually not your handwriting. Yes. And now you must be thinking, Divyadeep, what are you saying? You made us write this whole paragraph. Then you made us write this affirmation. And now you are saying that this handwriting, I have written this, it does not belong to me. How is it possible? Yes. Throughout, for so many years, we have been assuming that handwriting is coming from our hands. But the reality is, hand is only an instrument, whereas the writing is coming from your mind, from your brain. Very simple as a layman's language, so that you can also understand. Your brain, it gives signals to your arms give signals to your hands, then to your fingers, and that is the reason you are able to write. Hand is only an instrument. Have you seen people who use their elbows to write? Some people use their foot to write, some people use their mouth to write, and also some people who use their both the hands to write. Forget about left-handed, right-handed. They can write from both the hands. Yeah, because the writing is coming from your brain. And that is the reason when, you must have seen, for people who meet with, very, very intense accidents, or, if some of the brain functions are not working the way it should be, their ability, or their, those skills, the neurological skills, they lose the ability to write. So it is your brain which is giving signal. Now, the reality is, it is your mind writing. And it is very, very simple. Let's go back to the childhood. अपने बचपन में जाते हैं. How did we all learn? How did we all learn? Teacher used to go and write on the blackboard. We used to see what is written on the blackboard. We used to try it and writing it. And that writing one alphabet used to take 1 or 2 minutes. Isn't it? Then what happened? We went to higher grades. Now teacher was dictating. We were listening to what teacher was saying. And then we started writing. And then, of course, with time, there was a time that came that when the question paper came to us, we started writing without even putting pressure on how to form alphabets, just like what we did right now. You all wrote. Were you all focused? Were you all focused on making the formation of alphabets? No, it was just happening naturally. How many of you felt that it was happening very, very naturally? You did not focus. वो एक फ्लो में होता गया. आपने इस चीज पे फोकस किया ही नहीं कि ए कैसे बन रहा है, डी कैसे बन रहा है, वाई कैसे बन रहा है. You just continued. Yeah. Did you feel that? Because now this entire responsibility of your handwriting is given to your subconscious mind. Like right now, we all are alive, all of us are breathing. That's again a subconscious mind activity. Something which we are not aware of happens very effortlessly. And 90% of the activities that we do day to day is handled by a subconscious mind. Very simple, just like driving a car. When you learn to drive a car, you're very, very conscious when to put the clutch. I'm talking about the days when they were manual cars. Now it's a era of automatic cars. So when to put the, clutch, when to change the gear. And now, the moment, somebody comes in front of you, you do not even realize, but that reflex action is so fast that you put your, your foot on the brake. Isn't it? Because now it is happening very, very subconsciously. Similarly, when we say that your handwriting is a reflection of your subconscious mind, it means that your subconscious mind is on the paper. Once you learn this skill, you develop this skill where you can look into anybody's handwriting and know what is their subconscious mind or what is their personality reflecting. And the truth is, handwriting never lies. कुछ भी हो जाए, आपका सबकॉन्शियस माइंड जो पेपर में आ रहा है वो कभी झूठ नहीं बोलता है. Yeah. So there are various ways where you can understand handwriting. And by the way, this is something which is very, very important. All of you must know. Your handwriting is as unique as your fingerprint. Throughout our childhood, we kept thinking that no, signature can be forged, our handwriting can be copied. No. The way you write completely belongs to you. And that is the reason your signature is also taken as a unique identity. So far, how many of you are able to relate to me? जितना भी मैंने बोला है, अगर आप उससे थोड़ा बहुत relate कर पा रहे हैं, write R in the chat box. If you're able to relate, makes sense. Yeah. And that is the reason, even when we try to copy anybody's handwriting, we might do it for some time, but originally we will come back to our own handwriting. And that's a fact. Yeah. And for people who believe that signature can be forged, writing can be forged, no. I have done a lot of cases on forgery. I'm telling you, it cannot be forged. Yeah, because your writing completely belongs to you. Clear? All right. So, what areas, and also now that we have understood that, handwriting is coming from the subconscious mind. There's a beautiful phenomenon, there's a beautiful branch of handwriting analysis that I want to introduce you to. Write it down, everyone, not in the chat box, on your notebook. Graphotherapy. Graphotherapy. What is graphotherapy? अभी हमको ये समझ में आ गया कि ब्रेन के सिग्नल से आपके कुछ शिफ्ट हो रहे हैं, न्यूरोलॉजिकल पैटर्न्स बन रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से आप लिख पा रहे हो. एक बहुत ही अच्छी चीज है जो बहुत कम लोगों को पता है, इज द थेरेपेटिक बेनिफिट्स ऑफ हैंडराइटिंग. राइट? सो द थेरेपेटिक बेनिफिट्स ऑफ हैंडराइटिंग सेज when you change your handwriting consciously, it changes your brain pattern. It changes your subconscious mind. Now, I will also give you the proof how it works. Very, very simple. Alphabets do not have the power to change. Alphabets will never have the power to change your life. So what is that we are actually changing? That is reflecting in our mindset, that is reflecting in our personality. It is the way you make those alphabets. The way you make those alphabets. That is known as the graphotherapy. How you write, it influences your subconscious mind. And there was a research that was conducted. So for heart, how do you track the heart rates? By ECG. वो ECG connected होता है, and that's how you monitor the heart rate. So there's a machine called EEG, which actually tracks the graph of your brain, the brain patterns. And there was a research that was conducted when the alphabets were getting changed and they were written in a certain way, it created a different brain pattern. And people started to heal because they were changing their writing. It was a finger movement, which was creating or shifting their brain pattern. See, it is very simple. How many of you agree with me and you have experienced this in your life that when we do yoga, it has an impact on our mind? जब हम कभी योगा करते हैं उससे हमारा मन शांत होता है. You agree with me? Now you can say that graphotherapy is the yoga of the brain. If you have ever tried mudra meditation, there are different kind of mudras that we make during meditation. Now, even like this is called Chin Mudra, Chinmay Mudra, yeah, Maha Mudra. The moment, even if you take these mudras and you try to meditate, the entire flow of your breath changes. That's so beautiful. Just by changing fingers. Can you imagine when you change your fingers and write in a certain way, the brain pattern that is created makes you more positive, completely heals your energy, expands your aura, helps you overcome your fears, and so many things. Yeah. And that's the beauty of graphotherapy. They have people who have helped, who have, reduced their anxiety using handwriting. They have people who have overcome their fears, increased their confidence using handwriting, and just by regularly practicing graphotherapy. Yeah. How many of you are able to now connect to me, or how many of you are able to relate to me? Write R in the chat box that it is making sense. See, alphabets will never, I cannot come and say that, alphabets will change your life. No, it will not. But the way you are making those alphabets definitely makes sense. And the sad part is we have been trying to get into the educational institutions to make sure that the children who are learning to write, they learn the right way. Imagine if the children are actually taught to do this graphotherapy when they're learning to write. Look at the kind of mindset shift we can have. And that is the possibilities that we can create by using handwriting. That's the beauty of this science. Yeah. I remember when I started doing graphotherapy at the age of 16, I was extremely introvert. I had never expressed my emotions. I know I used to go through turmoil. I was not so confident. And 16 years later, if today I'm able to speak to you, and when I started speaking when I was 17, 18, it was only because I have genuinely, I still practice my graphotherapy come what may. I have given presentations. Even before coming to the session, I was doing my healing strokes. That's what I've been following as a ritual, apart from the other modalities that I practice. And I know how beautifully it has changed my life, the healing effects. And every time I feel, so it is not that I don't get anxious, it is not that I don't get stressed, but now I know the ways to calm myself down through graphotherapy. So this was all about the background so that you can relate to it. Otherwise, if I would have still, straight away jumped to the practicality, आपको connection ही नहीं feel होता. But अगर जब अब आप लिखोगे, तो आपको समझ में आएगा. It is very simple. How many of you have got your nadi, checked? People who check your, nerves, and they tell you about everything, most of the things about your life. Yeah. So even if we do not have the knowledge about it, it exists, no? How by checking the nadi they come to know so much? It is exactly a similar skill. Just by writing, looking into the strokes, you can come to know anything about a person's personality. But since this is a session which is entirely focused on the healing, we will be starting with the healing. How many of you are ready to have this live experience with me? Live experience of graphotherapy. How many of you are excited? Write E in the chat box if you're excited to have this live experience. All right. Perfect. Perfect. So let us straight away go into the healing stroke life practice. Now, if I ask you this question, how many of you are going through, some kind of anxiety or stress in your life? Or how many of you know some people in your life who are going through maybe anxiety, stress? Yeah. You must be thinking, what question is this? Everyone goes to look at our lifestyle. Yeah. Now I'm going to give you a stroke which you can practice anytime. I will tell you how you can practice, how you can, heal anybody. Yeah. Just by using this stroke, which is known as healing stroke. Perfect. So what is this healing stroke? This is not an alphabet. Understand, it is what? Graphotherapy. It's a therapy. To take it as a therapy. जब हम थेरेपी की तरह लेंगे तो फोकस किस में होगा? आपकी फिंगर्स की मूवमेंट में होगा. ठीक है, फिंगर्स की मूवमेंट में होगा. तो ये कैसे करना है अभी आप मुझे ध्यान से सुनना. लिसन टू मी केयरफुली एंड देन आई विल गिव यू टाइम एंड टेल यू हाउ टू डू इट. Now, if you see this, this is known as healing stroke or anti-anxiety stroke. Every time you're feeling nervous, you're feeling anxious, every time you're feeling restless, you want to, you're going any for any presentation, you want to speak somewhere, you want to write, you're thinking of something creative, please use this stroke for 5 to 10 minutes. I promise you, it will shift your mindset instantly. Right? How do you have to practice it? Very simple. Listen, now look at me. If preferably take an unruled sheet. Unruled sheet means something like this. Yeah, without lines. That's known as unruled sheet. Then what you have to do? You have to take ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen. And then you have to start writing from the bottom. And you have to make this circle very clear. Then you have to make this circle very clear. And that's how you have to do. Very simple. And this you have to write continuously until you feel any kind of discomfort in your fingers. When you find that, okay, you're feeling discomfort or pain, lift your hands and again start doing it. How long you have to do it? At least for one page or maybe 2 or 3 pages for minimum 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes. Right? Any questions? Is it clear? I will show you once again. Wow, Lubna, that's amazing. So Lubna is sharing that she used to make these strokes when she was a school kid. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. See, if you see a video, this is how you have to make it. This is faster, of course, but you do not have to rush. It's a therapy. Keep it slow, simple. Now, our mind is very, very, it keeps on jumping from here and there. When you will try to focus on these strokes, that's a mind's tendency. It will go here and there, it will be distracted. So to make sure that your mind is also centered, you have to consciously repeat this affirmation, which is what? I am calm and peaceful. I am calm and peaceful. And to assist with this affirmation, I'm going to play a beautiful music in the background so that you are centered, you're giving your 100%, and you're doing it. Clear? Are we ready? Yeah, everybody ready with your notepad and your pen? I'm going to give you 7 to 8 minutes. Yeah. So, Anmol, what you have to do, once I will ask you to write it, you have to, so once you're practicing it, your mind would go here and there. So consciously you have to repeat this affirmation: I am calm and peaceful. I am calm and peaceful. I am calm and peaceful. If it's okay, if you have lining pad, you can go with it, Ritika. But always remember, you will start from the bottom. Clear? I am calm and peaceful, and start writing. And by the way, I will be checking it for everyone. See, it comes as a responsibility. I have taught you, and what if you're doing it wrong? So after you are done writing, I will be asking you all to come in the gallery view. I will be checking it individually for all of you. So make sure you're doing it right if you want results. And if there's any kind of finger pain, please do not resist. Congratulations. That means you're doing it right. Yeah. We'll do it for 7 minutes. Your time starts now. And keep repeating, I am calm and peaceful. And peaceful. I am calm and peaceful. Yes, Dr. Rita, you can lift your hands. Don't worry. And then again, you can restart. I am calm and peaceful. I am calm and peaceful. Now you have to continue doing it, Babita. If you're done writing one page, take another page. You still have 2 more minutes to go. Continue doing. I am calm and peaceful. Give your 100% last 1 minute. I am calm and peaceful. I am calm and peaceful. All right. Perfect. So now everybody come to the gallery view. It's very important. See, if you will not do it right, I know you will be practicing it later. And then, of course, that's not something that I want. Okay. So let me start with Neena ji. I'm just standing into this. All right. Coming out well. Coming out well. I hope your fingers are not hurting, Neena ji. Perfect. Okay, let me go next to Anju ji. Uh, looks good. Looks good to me. Yeah, the circles are clear. Good. Nice. Okay. Rupa, let me go to Rupa ji. Areva. Very beautiful. You're very disciplined, Rupa ji. Nice. Nice. Okay. Funny Raj. ji. Very nice. Oh God. Funny Raj, you have great concentration. If you see how perfectly he has done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice. Sarah. No, Lubna ji. Lubna. Let me go to Lubna ji. Okay. So, Lubna, what you can do, you can slightly, if you see, you can slightly increase the size of the circles. Some of your circles are not very evident. Yeah. So, see, in the last second line, it is still for 2, 3 things, it is visible. Make sure, yeah. Right. So, that's how it happens with you also. Initially, when you start anything in life, maybe you are not that focused, but once you develop the interest, you start. Yeah. So its starting was not that great, but ending is coming better. Okay. Then Anmol Preet. You take lot of breaks, Anmol. But yeah, coming out well. Coming out well. Okay. Can be considered not the initial lines, but the later lines are coming out well. Okay. Then let's go to Sara now. Sara. Hmm. Okay. Sarah, you have difficulty in expressing your emotions. You're not very cool in expressing. So Jeet is still doing C. Okay. So now, very nice, Jeet. So this is how it has to be done. If you see how beautifully Jeet is doing, thank you. Yeah. Maybe the size of the circles can be increased. And I think you are using a gel pen or maybe sketch pen. Yeah. So maybe you can prefer using ballpoint pen. Then Preeti ji. Areva. Nice. Very nice. The beautiful done. Then we have what? Ab Abdulji. Nice. Nice. Good. So you also get more focus when you start doing certain things. Anybody left? Surya. Surya, let me take yours. Nice. Not that clear, but yeah, it's very, done in a yeah, Shrishti. Shrishti, it's blurred. You'll have to remove the blurred thing, otherwise you'll not be able to see. Yeah, Smita. Meanwhile, I'm taking Smita's. Uh, Coming out well. Would prefer. Nice. Smita, you don't move on so easily. If something happens with you, you get stuck there. Yeah. Okay. Shrishti, coming out well. Uh, Shrishti, do you have any health issues? Do you have? Yeah. It's reflecting in your writing. So maybe next time when you do, if you see, okay, show it once again, Shrishti. So how many of you notice one thing? Do you see this particular dots in certain areas? The ink is collecting in certain areas. How many of you notice that? So that's an indication of health issues. I'll not get into that, but I think Shrishti have understood what I'm trying to say. So the reason it is happening, it's because of the health issues. And these is Samiksha. Yeah, Samiksha, I'll check yours. I cannot find. Yeah, Samiksha. Samiksha, you can increase the size of your circles. Increase the size of a circle, rest it is coming consistently. And whatever you do things, you do in a consistent level. Then we have Preeti. Whatever. Nice. Good. Good. Maybe you could have done more in 7 minutes, but yeah, it's good. Ritika, have I checked yours? Tangi Ritika, dikhao. Very nice. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Yeah. Nice. बहुत बढ़िया. Santosh. Yeah, Santosh. I'm checking. Sorry, dear. दिखाइए. Santosh, lot of confusion in your mind. You want to do too many things at one point of time. Maybe bring more consistency. It will get better with uh, things. Vijay Lakshmi ji. Nice. Good. You like expressing your emotions. Again, if you see very similar to what Shishti also had, is that the ink is collecting somewhere. Can be sometimes pen, but mostly it reflects the health issues. Tejals. And that will be the last, and then we can move ahead. Hanvita and Tejals. Okay. Tejal, if you look at the ending, maybe the things that you do, you lack closure. You don't like to close things and confront things. See, so that's also happening. So maybe when you do it, the end stroke, focus on the end stroke. The way it is going here and there, that can be done. Yeah. Okay. Hanvita, nice. Circle size can be again increased, but good to go. And then last is Vidulata. Where is Vidulata? Yeah. Okay. Nice. Here the size is too big, you can just decrease the size, depends on your writing also. Okay, so tell me in the chat box, how are you feeling doing it? It's okay, you must have felt something good, bad, right, not okay. Kriti, I have missed out yours. Show me once. Positive, Kriti. See, I remember. Ah, that is very much evident. Kriti, circle should be bigger. Yeah. The S is getting bigger, but not the circle. So yeah. Cool. Okay. Somewhat calm and peaceful. Now, see, one of the things that nobody tells about graphotherapy is not that you did in the session and then you forget about it. The thumb rule of practicing graphotherapy, which is of course thumb rule of any technique that you follow, is commitment and consistency. And I tell you the reason. Because we are consciously changing these strokes, and any habit to become our habit, it is proved. It takes minimum 18 to 352 days. अगर आपने 4 दिन या 5 दिन, if you tried going to the gym, it is not think that 6 days, 7 days you'll go to gym. But when you consistently go for 18 days, 20 days, then you see that your body is also starts liking it. And which is for most of the habits. Even if you want to quit smoking, and if you practice it one or twice, and if you just continue for 30 days, you'll be able to adopt that habit. And that is how our mind functions. Same way, I say take 40 days. But when 40 days you practice graphotherapy with consistency and commitment, along with the affirmations that I'm saying, you will start getting results. You'll start feeling better. Yeah, right? I was more, and also I didn't think it would be so accurate, but it came out, Shrishti. And sometimes comes, see, I checked, I think what, 10, 15 handwriting samples, and I think not even less than 1 minute I was able to tell you about certain things just by looking into those strokes also. So that's the power of handwriting, and that is something that you can learn looking into anybody's handwriting in less than 1 or 2 minutes. You can come to know the issues that they are facing, how are they behaving, what are the decision making abilities, and so much, right? Now, moving on to a very, very beautiful aspect of graphology is now how you can learn to know that how a person is, especially starting from yourself. It is beautiful way of understanding yourself on how you react to situations or emotional situations, all of that. So let me take you through that. Okay. And how you can learn to understand anybody in less than 5 minutes. Yeah. So I remember in most of my life, wherever I have gone for going to gone to give interviews, I have gone to meet doctors, and I know the moment I used to see their handwriting and I used to say that, what, I'm a handwriting analyst, most of the times they never used to even take the fees. I clearly remember one incident where I went to police station, and there was this lady police officer who was sitting, and she was writing my complaint. And she asked me that, what do you do? I said, I'm a handwriting analyst by profession. And she was very curious to know, what is a handwriting analyst? What does a handwriting analyst do? I'm like, I can tell about your personality traits and your subconscious mind looking into your writing. And she got even more curious. She gave me her handwriting. Can you please tell me? The moment I checked her handwriting, I saw that she was withholding a lot of emotions. She had developed the anxiety issues, and of course the problems of BP. I told her, and she was just awestruck. She was like, how did you know so much in less than 5 minutes? So I told, this is what your handwriting is saying. And the way she opened up to me, she told me, I lost my husband some 10, 15 years back. And since then, I have been suppressing my emotions, due to which now I have developed this hypertension problem and anxiety. And I now have started taking pills for that. And of course, I gave her the similar stroke. She practiced it. And forget about that. Give a space to people that they can open up to you. They can share what they're dealing with. And After that, I know the kind of connection that I built with her. Of course, I had to visit her multiple times. I had to make those arrangements, and I had her personal number. She was listening to me. And that's the kind of rapport that you all can create, because sometimes you never know, the moment you even ask them, what, this is what I see in your handwriting. That is an invitation that you're giving to other person. I have seen people having suicidal tendencies. When I saw that, I simply asked them, what is going wrong with them? And how many of you agree with me that with the kind of stress levels people are having, sometimes they just need a listening ear, somebody who can listen to them without any judgment. And that is, you learn as a graphologist, so that you have to take out that hat of being judgmental. Why? Because today, tomorrow, you will see handwritings with multiple red flags. You will see handwritings with people having lying loops. You will see even handwritings. I have seen handwritings people with having rapist tendencies. That's the kind of writings I've dealt with. The moment I would come from a judgment, oh, this person's handwriting shows this, I will not be a good graphologist. So first thing, I take it as responsibility, and same thing, you take it as a responsibility from now on. Whatever we are going to learning about your handwriting and people's handwriting, please make sure you're not going to judge people. Yeah. And you will come from definitely a space of acceptance. So how many of you accept this, right? Come from a space of acceptance, right? A in the chat box. That means you would come from a space of acceptance and not judgments. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. So, how do you understand why are the people the way they are? Why are the people the way they are? So, very simple. Now, what is that we're going to do? Everybody take your handwriting samples. And for example, if you have written here, I want you to flip the page. एक बार page flip करके. So if you have written somewhere here, you flip the page and check the back side of the page. Back side of the page. And I want you to move your fingers at the back of the page wherever you have written. Just observe and feel your handwriting. Now, when you're doing it, when you're doing it, three things will happen. You will feel a very strong noticeable imprint at the back of the page. बहुत ही ज्यादा अगर आप उभरेपन को महसूस करेंगे, that means the pressure that you are putting on the paper is heavy. If you're moving your fingers and you feel that, okay, something is written, but it is not very evident, but it cannot also be ignored, then it is medium pressure. If you move your fingers at the back of the page and you see that the writing, don't even feel as something is written, then it is light pressure. Yeah? Okay. So if you see the heavy pressure, if you see this example that I have given, person what is written on the even previous page, the reflection of that is also staying. Okay. So Anmol says like, it's okay, you might go here and there, but once you understand the interpretation, you will have a better clarity. Everybody, so heavy, light, medium? Okay. Medium. Perfect. So now let us interpret what does it indicate. Most of you are saying medium. ये जितने भी मीडियम वाले जिन्होंने लिखे हैं ना, वो भी सब हेवी में शिफ्ट होने वाले. You have to listen to me. कई बार I know, understand for the first time, we do have this doubt. Now, for all the people who have written heavy writing, please listen to me and let me know in the chat box if it is resonating with your personality. So people who have heavy pressure or who put heavy pressure, by the way, this is the lesson. When you enroll for the program, this is the first lesson that you start with. I'm giving you as a bonus. So when you see heavy pressure, what kind of person you are someone, if you will love a person, you will love that person wholeheartedly. At the same time, if you dislike a person, you will dislike that person wholeheartedly. That also means for people who have written heavy, If something good happens with you, you will feel happy about it for a longer duration. Yeah. But if something wrong happens with you, for example, if you going through a breakup, if you losing your loved one, if you losing your job or your money, you will take longer time to come back to the normal. And many a times you will see yourself that you have very definite likes and dislikes. For the things that you like, you are really fond of it. For the things you do not like, then you will not, then you cannot resist it. And very, very important, for people who have hurt you in relationship, you might forgive that person, but you will not be able to forget what that person did to you. And that is the reason, because you put so much heavy pressure, the intensity of your emotion is intensified. If you get into argument with someone, you will take maybe 1 or 2 days to move on of that situation, because you will keep on thinking about it. So all the heavy pressure people, how many of you are able to relate to me? Write R in the chat box. And how many medium people are now able to relate to me? But this is my trait, ma'am. I also have this, Divyadeep. Yeah. Now, very, very important. It doesn't mean that medium pressure, light pressure will not have emotions. No. Pressure tells you, if you want, you can also write it down. Pressure tells you the emotional intensity of a person. And pressure is like the base of the personality. This is just like a foundation of a building. So very, this is, you can try it. Pressure does not change. And you should never change pressure thinking that, you know what, I should not be a heavy pressure person, that is harming me. No, never change your foundation of your personality. वो कभी भी change नहीं करनी है. Right? Now, people who have medium or light, they also feel emotions. I'm not saying that they will not feel emotion. But a heavy pressure person will take 2 days to come out of situation. Medium pressure person will take maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, and a light pressure person would take 2 hours. And now understand, when we say coming from a space of acceptance, now in a family, if somebody, dies in a family, some of the family members will not be able to move on, while some of the family members will be able to move on and start their work and whatever, their daily life. And how do we come across? We start judging them. See, usko farak nahi pada. The other person was not even bothered. He was able to do his regular work. But it is never about that. Let's have the clarity. उनका emotional feel करने का bandwidth ही उतना है. Their emotional, bandwidth to feel any emotion is that much. We cannot judge them for that. I'll give you a classic example. A couple, a wife is a heavy pressure person, husband is a light pressure person. They both got into argument, they both got into fight, and then what happened? The wife is crying, she's not able to have food, she's calling maybe her friends and she's cribbing about it, at how she's so unhappy, she's stretching it for another 2 days. And the husband, on the other hand, watches his favorite sport after 2 hours. And then look at how we judge people. The wife would judge, see, you're not even bothered, I'm not able to eat food, I'm not able to sleep, look at you, you started watching movie because you do not love me. And then, as every human, we all are, how many of you have heard about landmark? There's something incredible they say in landmark. It's like we all are meaning making machines, and we start giving meaning to it. Because he did not feel bad, he did not feel bad for 4 hours, 5 hours, we presume that this person doesn't love me, he's not bothered, he doesn't care for me, and then we start attaching meaning to it. How many of you have faced this situation? And now when you have your partner's handwriting, or person, maybe your parents' handwriting, you can exactly come to know that, okay, I understand now, this person is upset. This person will be upset for a longer duration. Acha, this person has light pressure. I understand. कि चलो नहीं होगा, उनको ज्यादा impact नहीं होगा. But nowhere it says that they are not loving. Nowhere it says that they will not care for you. And that's how we keep labeling people. No use. Exactly. So from now on, instead of, asking this question, I don't understand why he or she is not bothered. From now, you will understand, I exactly know why he or she is behaving this way. And that's the beauty of handwriting analysis. Coming to medium pressure people. So all the medium pressure people, with you, what happens? When something good happens with you, you will feel that emotion for a moderate amount of time. It doesn't mean that you will not get impacted, you do not have certain likings or dislikings, but you know how to balance it out. And that's the beauty all of you have, all the medium pressure people. Yeah, you will, when the for the things that you value, you will get impacted. For the things that you do not value, you will not let it impact for a more duration. And that's your beauty. For all the people who have written light pressure, you have this beautiful ability to let go. आप बहुत अच्छे से let go कर सकते हो किसी भी situation में. Abhi, see, understand, every date has pros and cons. Sometimes it's good to be light pressure also, though. You can move on quickly. And sometimes it is also good to hold on to that emotions. So I have all the traits. So Anuji, I had also, I thought that you will have the traits of heavy. But by the way, what is your pressure showing in the handwriting? And when we say heavy pressure, that means if the person has other traits of procrastination, temper, stubbornness, that will also be intensified because heavy pressure aa raha hai, right? Now, even in relationship, you see, when a breakup happens, mostly it is seen that, one person moves on quickly, one person takes longer time. The moment you would check their pressure, you would exactly come to know. Medium to light. If that is the case, then Anjali, you might have certain traits, or maybe it has to do with your slant. Yeah, your slant is a reason you may be expressive. To different people, it is different. Very. So, Neenaji, in that ways, you are someone, it depends for you for the person and things that you value in your life. So your emotions are dependent on how much value are you giving to whom. It can also be, for example, if your passion is traveling, then you will give more value to it. So if maybe a trip is cancelled, you will be impacted more. But if you are someone who's not a movie person and you have to go for a movie and somehow you did not get the tickets, you will not be impacted. I have a friend who has a heavy deep pressure and who has, who takes impact of everything. Even to an extent, I have heard him that Big Boss, somebody got evicted, he could not sleep. And that was a kind of heavy pressure because he was giving value to everything. He could not differentiate between what to give value. And that's the beauty of all medium pressure people. Yeah. So that's the thing. And light pressure people also, you also will feel. So any emotional situation that happens in your life, the reflection of it is not very intense, not very or not enduring. So all the emotional experiences do not make a lasting impression on them. And that's how you imagine. From now on, you can check anybody's pressure, you will come to know. For example, if I know if Neena ji is someone who has heavy pressure, I would exactly know that, the moment, the kind of relationship I can have with her. I know she would, she would really love me wholeheartedly, which she does. I know that, she would, I can have a beautiful relationship. I also know if I will hurt her, she will be deeply impacted. So that's why you can have clarity whenever in any kind of relationship that you are into, right? So that is about. And I also want to share one of the Lucy sharing that how she learned handwriting analysis and how she got amazing results. She's an urban planner from Hyderabad.
Take my analysis.
Like 95% I would
How
like
much?
to rate you. 95% I would like to rate you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Congratulations.
आपको पता है, so that's why I do analysis completely and then I give the analysis. So I take like 1 week में time लेके एक एक चीज देख देख के I take one small things and that's why I get the accuracy of 97%. Yesterday I have delivered one analysis and you won't believe she could connect to me and she has given me 98% accuracy.
Wow.
And she was saying me, Lucy, so many things are there. How can you just say me few words? And that too, it is related to my life. So that was my accuracy percentage.
Wow, this is amazing. This is right. So that's all you can create with handwriting. And now let us come to a very, very important aspect that all of you must be interested. Anybody wants to guess what am I talking about? Something that nobody taught us. Something that nobody taught us. Yeah? A beautiful aspect. Who wants to guess? Wants to guess? Yeah, it's your signature. So let's talk about your signature. Let's understand whether your signature is healthy or not, and what are the mistakes that you are making in your signature, right? So now, see, even if we have, many people come to me and say, Divyadeep, who writes these days? Everything is so. Even when I was doing my goals, I was actually making it on an Excel sheet and I was typing it on Google Drive. Nobody writes. But do you understand? Signature, even if it is a document or you want to make a deal worth millions and millions, it will have no value if it does not have your signature on it. Now, can you believe it's something which is so crucial and important? How many of you share, tell me honestly, when you were designing your signature, you did not even think of these aspects. You just saw, a time came when you had to make a signature. You just made a signature, and that's how it was done. Nobody knew that there was actually entire science behind your signature, and your signature is the first thing that people notice, and that's something that nobody taught us. Yeah, right. So we're going to do this beautiful experiment. I will show you two signatures for less than 8 seconds, 8-10 seconds. You have to quickly write in the chat box just by looking into the signature, whatever your energy, your, whatever you get the intuition, which signature is more powerful. Yeah, all the eyes on the screen now. I'm going to show you these two signatures. So on the left side is sample A, on the right side is sample B. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both the signatures done. Let me know in the chat box which signature do you think is more powerful, sample A or sample B. अरे यहाँ पे तो सारे handwriting analysts हो गए हैं. Everybody got the right answer, भाई A, except for one. Yes, it is sample A. A powerful. Exactly. Now, tell me honestly, I hope you all are not graphologists. Are you all graphologists? Have you formally trained in writing? No, it was just intuition, right? If I'm assuming that. See, without even having the skill to understand writing, when you just looked into the signature, you were able to connect to sample A more because of the energy. So the difference between the signature and your handwriting is signature is a, identity, is a image that you want to give to the world of who you are. So the moment जब हम मान लीजिए ये दो अलग अलग लोगों ने अगर ये सिग्नेचर किया होता, if there were two different people who made the signature, we would have easily connected to the person who had the signatures of sample A, because we are connecting to that person's energy. And that's how people are also getting attracted. Your signature has your frequency in it. When we say frequency, you are using your fingers, you're putting your subconscious mind. Of course, it has your frequency, right? Now, there's a beautiful ability of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind will always look for things which are relatable. And that is a fact. For example, it's a very, very simple example. The moment you are going on a flight and somebody sits next to you, and you just start a conversation and a person says, you know what, I am from Kerala, and you say, oh, what, I am also from Kerala. Immediately the rapport is built, because your mind will always look for, like, whatever things which are similar in nature. That's how you connect. And the second thing, your mind doesn't want to work hard. The moment you looked into sample B, okay, anybody can guess what is the name of the sample B? No. So, abhi mind ne koshish ki sample B se connect karne ka, but what did your brain says? Are I'm not able to understand what is the name. Yeah? Leave it, leave it. So that's how you get disconnected at the energy level. right? So let us understand what is your signature style and how, whether you're doing it right or not, and what does that indicate in anybody's writing. So first, see, it's known as legible signature. If you want, please make notes, because I'm very sure you have kids at home, you have teenagers at home, where you can guide them, help them, some guidance that we did not get when we were growing up. But of course, you can take responsibility if you have kids at home, if you have relatives, if you have friends, children. So the first, see, look into your signature and check. For example, if I don't know your name, Tejal, if I don't know your name, Chandan, just by looking into your signature, can I come to know what is your name? That means, is it legible? Legible meaning looking into your signature, that means something which I am able to read. Illegible क्या होता है? वो सारे डॉक्टर्स के प्रिस्क्रिप्शन जो सारे illegible होते हैं, which only chemists have the power to read. Even I can also not read. Yeah. So if you have legible signature, write L in the chat box. That, looking into your signature, it is clear your name is reflecting. Pragya, beautiful. Yeah. Kriti, nice. Great. Anvita. Okay. All right. L. So, okay. Perfect. So if you have this legible signature, congratulations. If you see, I have taken examples of Steve Jobs, who's founder of Apple, Bill Gates. Now, if you look into their signature, it is not very complicated. It's very simple. And see how people have, just spread this myth. Arey, do not make your signature simple. Anybody can copy it. No, 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 no. And just to get it more fancy and just make it, more difficult to copy, we make it more complicated. Yeah. And then we do some scribbles here and there. And then we feel that, okay, no, our signature is very happening. Nobody can copy it, which is the biggest mistake that we do. The second thing, look into your signature for people whose signature is not legible. If you see the examples, if looking into these signature, can you actually make out what is their name? अरे वेरी सिंपल, जब उनका नाम नहीं पता चल रहा है हमें सिग्नेचर देके, when the least we cannot even tell their name looking into their signature, yeah, how will we come to know? So legible signature means, Shikha, if you look at anybody's signature and if you're able to interpret what is the name of that person, that means it is a legible signature. I will come to that, Smita. I will come to that. I'll come to that. That's a fourth part. Yeah. So that's legible signature. So your signature should always be legible, right? Then coming to scribble signature. Do you, anybody in the group who is writing or making a scribble signature, write me in the chat box. आप में से किसी का भी सिग्नेचर अगर ऐसा है जिसको देख के आपका नाम नहीं पता चल रहा है? Okay. Santosh and Shrishti. Me. But visible. Somebody जिसका नहीं visible हो रहा, I want to take that example on screen. Shrishti, Santosh, Ravinder. I'll tell you, Shikha. Maybe Santosh and Shrishti, can you show your signature? Shrishti, once again. One. Okay. It is partially legible signature. Okay. Everybody in the group not knowing what is Shrishti's name and surname. Shrishti, can you show your signature once again? Can you make out from her signature what is her name? What is her surname? Okay. Anybody? Anybody? The only thing I can see is H. That is not even H. T. TH. That's the only thing. Okay. So it is partially. So it's a good example, Shrishti. Okay. What does that mean when the people's signature? Santosh, let me take yours also. Show your signature, dear. It is still better because the S is visible, T is visible. But yeah, it is little complicated signatures, Santosh, I'll tell you. Yeah. Anmolpreet, it's perfect, perfect. Smita is also perfect. Right. So coming back, what does this mean? Scribble signature means when the person is not willing to reveal the identity to the world. Shrishti, let me know if this is what is resonating with you. That most of the time, people take you very differently. If I ask people's opinion about you, people will have very different opinion. Is it happening with you? And you have lot of potential, but people do not know that because you do not tell them that I can do this. You are never that person who would go to people and say, I can do this, I can do that. And that's why they take you as a very, very different person. Is it happening? And also, many a times you're not the same thing because a signature is not clear. People also not clear who are you, who is Shrishti. You will always be a mystery for you. Let me know. I'm unmuting you. Let me know, Shrishti, if that's what is happening with you.
It's can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I think I can like count on my fingers the amount of people that actually know who I am, and I just come off as someone who I'm totally not to people. And then it takes me a lot of time to build that relationship with them, and after a long while they're like, "Oh, this is who she is."
Yeah.
So that happens a lot.
Yeah. That's happening because people are not able to relate to you. Yeah. You people have a very different perception about you. Right? And I think the same should go with Sarah also. Sarah, is it the same thing? Because looking into, see, if you look at Sarah's signature as well, you will not come to know what is her name. And Sarah, you have this tendency of going back to your past again and again. So I cannot even tell you about your name, surname, kya likha hai. Yeah, how many of you are able to see this? See, so the moment I said you're disconnecting with that person at the energy level, and also you're not able to get the right, perception about that person. So avoid making scribbled signatures, signature which are not legible. And if you do the scribbling anywhere, yeah, it is not the case that if you scribble signature or if you make your signature very complicated, it will, nobody can copy it. Firstly, your signature is very unique, nobody can copy it, but this stops you, or it creates a gap between you and the world, right? Second, third is a kind of signature. I think I saw somebody making this signature, wherein you have this tendency to encircle maybe one alphabet of your signature, or sometimes it is like the entire alphabet, most of the alphabets. Who has this signature? Please write in the chat box. Ishan. Okay, Ishan. Can you show your signature? Ishan. If you can come on video and show your signature. Or Vidulata. Yeah. So exactly, Santosh had the signature. If you notice, Santosh had the signature. It was completely encircled. We'll come to that, Smita. I'll go step by step. All that will be covered. Don't worry. Yeah. So that means people who are making this circle, Santosh and I think Ishan, Vidulata, what is happening is you are creating boundaries around your life. That means many things you want to do in your life, but you are saying this to yourself, limiting beliefs. I can do this, I cannot do this. Acha main. You are giving excuses to yourself again and again. For example, Santosh, if an opportunity comes to you that you know what, you're getting this job, you're getting to do this, you will only find limitations. No, 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 I cannot do job. There's a problem here. Are I cannot leave this, and then you will live in your world of excuses. That's the reason many a times you're trying to grow in life, but it is just not happening. Legible signature means signature which is simple and readable. The meaning of legible means if you are able to read, Anmolpreet, you have readable signature. That means good personality. Also, people who have legible signature, sorry, I think I missed out on that. That means you want the world to know who you are as a person. That means you want to reflect your identity, and somewhere if you will be not acknowledged or you will not be identified for who you are, you will not feel comfortable. You want to have your own strong identity, and that's how you want world to know you. Yeah. Okay. Right. So anybody who's making this signature, who has, if one alphabet, maybe the boundaries that you're creating is less, but if you have circle for the entire signature, that means you're giving too much excuses. Too much excuses. Yeah. So if you change, you will be able to come out of your world of excuses, Santosh. The kind of excuses, and if you feel that you're not getting what you want, you're not growing, you will be able to take care of that. All right. Then we have another kind of signature for people who use only initials of their first and last name. For example, if it is Ishan Kapoor, maybe you're just using IK. If it is Vidulata Gavade, it is an VG, right? For people who are using just initials, if it is Jeet Man, it is JM. Yeah. If it is Narendra Sharma, it is NS. For people, how many of you do this? And circle signature means Sri Logeshwari, is that you give lot of excuses to yourself. For example, I say, Logesh, you know what, you're getting this opportunity. Will you do that? Will you take up this task? Will you take up this opportunity? How will you react to it? No, I really want to do, but you know what? My time doesn't permit. I have so much on my plate. I already have a job. I have to take care of my family. And then you will start losing opportunities because of the excuses, because you do not want to step out of your comfort zone. So just introspect if that is what is happening with you. Okay. For people who have this initials of first and last name, like this is a surname of Mark Zuckerberg, right? It means that you are someone who, again, if it is not clear, that means your identity you do not want to reveal, and you're a very secretive person. So you will not tell everything to the world. You will not want people to know everything about you. So that way you will keep yourself very, very secretive. Then coming to people who have the initials of first and full last name, like MK Gandhi. For most of us, we remember Gandhi ji as Gandhi ji only. Very few of us remember his first name, which is what Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi ji. So what does this mean? Whenever you have only initials of your first name and full last name, that means you value your family more than you value your identity. That means it is a signal, it's an indication that whatever you do in your life, you will always think about how and what will be the consequences my family would have to go through it. Any of you who has this signature, let me know in the chat box. Yeah, Vijay Lakshmi. Okay, Smita. Smita and Vijay Lakshmi, can you show your signature so that everybody can also get an idea? Yeah, Vijay Lakshmi ji. It's not visible, Vijay Lakshmi ji. No, it's your handwriting only that is being. No, no. Can you bring the, yeah, up? Can you take it thoda sa upar? No, no, it's still not visible. Your writing is visible, but yeah, now it is visible. Yes, yes, perfect. If you see, Viji has, not taken her entire name, but it's her surname. So, Viji, what happens with you, Vijay Lakshmi ji? It's that with you, whenever you have to take decision, you will always think about your family first, and you are very, very attached to your parents also, and to the family that you're, if you're married also, and you will always want that their things and their values are you something that you follow. So sometimes, even if you have to sacrifice on your own happiness, you would not hesitate that, because you value, and you also value that that people should identify with you, that you belong to that family, you are part of that family. And that kind of really something that you like, when people know you from that family, that you belong to that family. Is it true, Vijayalakshmi ji? I'm just prompting you. Yeah, true.
Very true.
Yeah. So most of the time you will see that you will not be, I mean, you'll be very comfortable even letting go if people do not recognize you. But something has to do with your family, you will not, you'll not keep calm. Then you will take really. So that means you're very protective also. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming to signatures which has underline. So underlining signature means, that means you have started, you have learned to rely on yourself. You are not relying on others, but you're rather relying on yourself. It's good, Smita. So I would not say, of course, I'll give you an indication of what is a healthy signature that looks like, but it's absolutely your choice. Yeah. Now, if you underline your signature, it only means that you are someone who has leadership qualities and you rely on yourself more than you rely on others. So that also shows your self-confidence, that it's not that you will be dependent on others for your work. How many of you are underlining your signature? How many friends? Like, right, Meena? Perfect. If all of you who are underlining, like Shikha, Babita, like Vijay Lakshmi ji also doing, that means you know that you can believe in yourself in executing any task. So you actually minimize that dependency on others. तो कई बार लाइफ में आपके साथ ऐसा होगा, बहुत ज्यादा दूसरों के ऊपर निर्भर नहीं करेंगे आप अपने काम के लिए. अगर आपसे बन पाएगा तो आप प्रयास यही करेंगे कि वो आप करें. Yeah, with dot. So with dot only means, firstly, there are two ways of looking into dots. One is it only adds to the creativity. And that the second thing is, whenever you put a dot, Shikha, it means if you're getting into any kind of argument, that means you always want to have the last say in any kind of, and you want to end that argument with you having the last say. That is what a dot mean. And very, very important, please make your signature slanting upward. What happens when you slant? I think for most of you, like Vijay Lakshmi, I checked, and Molpeet, I checked. If your signature is slanting upward, what do I mean by signature is slanting upward? When your signature is going upward, that means you are someone, even if life will throw challenges, you will always look at how can I make it positive. So what is the right way or healthy way of making signature? This is the healthy example of signature. First, it is legible. By the way, this is not my signature. Slightly, it is my signature. Firstly, it is legible. Looking at the signature, you come to know, okay, Divyadeep is the name. Secondly, it is slanting upward. Slanting upward means it shows positivity. It shows that the signature has better frequency. Underline means that person is relying on himself, is confident, and his dependency on others is less. Then, one more thing, you see, there's no complication, there is no circles. Yeah. So, this is the right way. Keep it very simple. Keep it simple as it is. Yeah. Yes, Anjuji, your last signature is better because it includes your full name. It is legible as well. Right. The last signature will also take you away from the Surya again. Good to go, but yeah, you will not give a PhD. So it's a good signature. Don't change that, right? So these are some of the ways you can actually have a healthy signature. Do not complicate your signature. Funny, I cannot see, but yes, I can see an underline. I can see that it's getting blurred. Yeah. So I will not be able to check everybody's signature. Otherwise, we have another 2 hours looking into it. But more or less, in a nutshell, I have given you an indication of how your signature should be. Right? Perfect. Jeet, yes, it is perfect. Very confident, very outgoing. Underline bhi hai and very nice. You're connected to both your parents very well. Pragya, very well, very well. A perfect example of healthy signature. All right. All right. So we will do. So any questions or doubts on signature? I think we have sorted that. Otherwise, I'll continue doing that. Dots in the signature means that whenever you're getting into any argument, you would always want to have the last say. You should end the argument with you having the last word. That is what dot means. And sometimes it also adds to your creativity. If it is 2 dots, it adds to the creativity. Okay, perfect. So this was all about how you can heal, how you can analyze people handwriting, how you can decode your signature. Now, how many of you would want to know more on how there are so many other traits that you can learn? What means they want an upper hand? Not an upper hand, Joshua, but yeah, kind of. In the conversation, they want to end the conversation. You can say that. You can say that. We can have multiple signatures. Ishan, I would not recommend. Rather have one signature, which is a powerful signature. Yeah. So that you can do. I know for some people it is very difficult to change in the banks and everything, but it is always advisable when you're doing in a day to day for couriers and other things, you can use a powerful signature. All right. So how many of you want to know more at how I have been earning? Share a thing or two about my handwriting. Uh, good. Perfect. That's why I'm giving an invitation, Pragya. You can be part of the course. All right. So I'll continue with all of your signatures. Now, how many of you are convinced so far that what handwriting and signature is really very, very powerful? It makes sense. You have done, graphotherapy. You were able to read anybody's handwriting, and that's the task for all of you. Go to your loved ones, take their handwriting samples, check their signature, check their handwriting. How is it going? Yeah. Perfect. How many of you want to know more? How many of you want to learn more? Execute it in your life. Like we just did one healing stroke. Imagine there's so many other strokes. And once you start doing that, you will have a very, very holistic way of, changing your life. And once you're done, then you can definitely heal others. See, and how many of you agree with me that if today I'm sitting here and teaching you graphology and telling you about graphotherapy, without me going that change, I will not be having conviction. So, do you agree with me? To heal others, the first thing that you need to start is healing yourself. And then you will be in the right position to heal, others. So, on that note, I want to give you this invitation and I want to share with you so far in these 17 years how I have earned through graphology, and that has been my bread and butter for past 15 years now. So I started doing personal consultation. I still remember my first personal consultation. I got 251 rupees as my first personal consultation, and now I've come long way. Then I've done a lot of corporate events. So I have done with most of the MNCs, I've done corporate events as a graphology coach, which I'm teaching you, all of you, as a consultant. So I've been consultant to Indian Army, to a lot of bureaucrats, and to also the law firms, then compatibility experts. So, you can look into two handwritings and you can tell which trait, is complementing the other person's trait. Of course, I've helped so many people design their signature, change their signature. I've also done forgery consultation with Decathlon, with some of the educational institutions, and I still do forgery consultations. Of course, social events, I have done social events in birthdays, Valentine's Day, marriages, functions, all of that. Then when I go into life coaching, when I take people for life coaching, the first criteria for them is going through their, sharing their handwriting so that I can come to know how do I have to deal with this person. For some time, I also started children handwriting program, but then I realized that that was something that I was not able to connect. Yeah. That also I've done. I've done, of course, career counseling, that looking at the person's writing, especially people who are 16, 17, 18-year old, you come to know, you can guide them whether they should choose creative field, whether they should choose a managerial job, whether, they should take business, all of that, looking into their handwriting. So I've done all of that. And I want to ask you, how many of you are ready to heal yourself and others using the most scientific tool of handwriting analysis? If yes, write me in the chat box. Perfect. Perfect. So thank you everyone. So let me formally invite you to this beautiful program that I have curated. It is known as Handwriting Analysis Self Mastery Level 1 program. Now, what does this include? What does this, basically means? When I say handwriting analysis self mastery, I am saying this course is for people who want to understand their potential, who want to understand their fears, who want to understand what is their confidence level, where they're going wrong, have an absolute clarity about yourself. And self mastery level 1 means I am giving you all that is required to become a graphologist. So the first thing is basic principles of graphology. Somewhere where you learn the pressure, which you have already learned, I've given you an introduction, and of course, mostly it is covered. Then the slant, whether your handwriting is going to the right side, left side, size of your writing, what does that indicate? Baseline, whether your writing is going up, straight, down, understanding the various strokes. So this is part of the program wherein you will understand the pillars of handwriting, which is known as basic principles of graphology. That is something that you're going to learn. And to begin with, the first handwriting sample that you will be analyzing will be for yourself. So you will be doing handwriting analysis for yourself using this. Then the second thing that is included is having a formal introduction to graphology, whether graphology is an art, introduction to the kind of method that we are following. That is just, you need to you need to learn this, so that somebody asks you, you should have that clarity as a graphologist. Then how to use graphotherapy. We use this one stroke. I have an entire book where you can practice multiple alphabets using writing, which will help you overcome your fears, taking, ownership of your life, being more authentic to yourself, having more honesty, all of that. Like, can you be that you can design your personality changing your handwriting? I have done that, and I've done blunders also, because I was not guided so that I could make those changes. But yes, I'm here to tell you whether you should include it or not. Then, very important, personality trait dictionary. So there are over 60 personality traits. How you make your A, how you make your Y, how you make your D, how you make your S, your L, your O. Everything tells, something, some or the other thing about your personality. From your red flag traits, from your thinking pattern, what are your strengths, your fears, your areas of improvement, everything will be covered in the personality trait dictionary. So you will be learning over 60 to 70 plus personality traits in the handwriting. That is something that you will be learning. Apart from that, what is that you're going to learn is, so basically, these are the two booklets that you're going to get. The study material you'll be getting, you can download it, keep it to yourself, and you can, of course, have these notes for lifetime. Now, how many of you want bonuses? Like, this is the formal curriculum of the program. How many of you want bonuses? If you want bonus, write bonus in the chat box. So that, you have been here with me for another, 1 hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, perfect. So here are some of the bonuses that you'll be getting. This workshop is going to be live. We are starting from Monday. We are starting from 6 p.m. So 2 hours every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then following weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can attend it after coming from your office. And even if you miss it, do not worry. You will be getting access to the program. So the previous recordings are already uploaded. And even if you miss out any of the sessions, the recordings will be uploaded. So you have a complete. But the reason I emphasize on the live workshop is because your handwriting will be going on screen and we will be discussing your handwritings. So that's why I encourage, and do not worry, even if you miss on the January batch, we have next batch in February end. So we keep coming out with the live batches so that you get maximum value. Important thing, how you can create an identity as a handwriting analyst. So I say this is a self mastery program, but I am giving you all the knowledge that is required to become a trained graphologist. जितने मैंने personality traits बताए हैं, जो भी the pillars of handwriting, everything will equip you so that you can start analyzing your handwriting perfectly. You can start analyzing people's handwriting in a very, very beautiful way. Then you will be getting 3 years access to the course. So even if you miss out, you will be having 3 years access. Yeah. Now you must be thinking, Divyadeep, why you're not giving lifetime access? I have given lifetime access in the past, and I have seen people delaying that, learning. So I do not want that. The reason I'm saying it 3 years so that you complete the course, have your certificate. Then before doing graphotherapy, I'm very sure today when you all practice, it was just that it was not coming very flawlessly or the flow was not right. It is because we have stopped using our fingers. And a beautiful exercises that we do before graphotherapy, that is something that you will be learning in the sessions. And then bi-weekly mastermind sessions. Of course, we have been missing out on mastermind sessions, but from this year itself we will be having bi-weekly mastermind sessions. That means in a month, 2 sessions to address all your doubts, or any kind of bonus sessions if I will bring. So right, so now there are some super bonuses also. So this is a graphotherapy practice book which I have designed, and so 21 to 30-day practice book. Every alphabet is made here. You just have to make a printout of it and start doing it. Starting from the healing stroke, from the T bars to Y, everything. You will be learning it. You will be getting the ebook which you can download and take a printout, so that, and by the way, I will be checking it all. So every time you will be doing it, you have to click a picture, send it in the group so that I can check whether you're doing it right or not. Then designer signature, just like this, I will be personally helping you to, like, I'm sure in a group many of you did not get a chance, because of course the group is big, but once you get enrolled to the program, I will be personally checking your signature and guiding you what changes to make, whether you should also make changes or not. So I'll be helping you design your signature. If you actually see, my fees for designer signatures comes around 5,000. Even the graphotherapy course that I take for another program, it is for 5,000, where I teach only graphotherapy. I take only graphotherapy sessions. And very, very important. Of course, you'll be getting e-certificate, but the e-certificate you will be getting only when you analyze 2 to 3 handwriting samples. Those 3 people give you the testimony that, okay, you have analyzed it with that much accuracy, then you're eligible for certificate. Now, if you see, Handwriting Arena Academy is associated with the Educational Board of Vocational Training and Research. So the certificate has its value. If you're getting the certificate from Handwriting Arena, that itself says that, okay, you are passer from Handwriting Arena Academy, which is affiliated. So that is something that your signature would look something like this. Yeah, you will be getting this. And not only this, I have cracked this beautiful part where, if you learn about manifestation and law of attraction, tell me any technique that you know about law of attraction, from affirmations, from 555 to writing gratitude journaling, to, triple T technique, 369 technique, scripting technique. If you see, there is one thing common in all these techniques. What is that? ये सारी जो manifestation की mostly techniques है, उसमें एक चीज common है. That is your handwriting. Now, I'll give you this thing which is very, very important. Imagine you have learned graphotherapy. Now you have raised your frequency even in the alphabets. And with those same alphabets, now you're making your affirmations. Now you're making a 369 technique. Now you're writing your gratitude journaling. Imagine the kind of results that you can create for yourself. Because each alphabet that you're creating has a beautiful frequency in itself, which you'll be getting. I have not included, but yes, it is also. How many of you have heard about switch words? I will also give you some of the very, very prominent switch words which you can learn to write and create miracles for yourself. See, the entire program says handwriting analysis, self mastery. So you can, I am saying, you can analyze people's handwriting when you have undergone that transformation. And I'm here as a coach, as a mentor, where I want to give it all just to make sure that you undergo that transformation using handwriting. So if you see the total value of the course, it comes around, combining all the bonuses value, it comes around 54,992. But because I know you have been here with me from the past 2 hours, and that definitely shows that you are interested, you are willing to take that action to transform your life, you are connected to handwriting. And just for you, the special offer is going to be 9,999, which includes all your bonuses, which includes that your access to 3 years to the program. And the best part is, we are starting day after tomorrow. So you will not miss out. And day after tomorrow, once you come, even if you're working, you can come back from office and you can start attending in live. I promise you, by the end of, the another week, the next week, you will be able to analyze handwriting. Yes, yes, but I cannot promise you the same offer, because we are increasing the price, because I've almost changed the curriculum and everything. And for people who are ready to take actions in the next 15 minutes, it is applicable only for the next 15 minutes. Then after, if you'll go, the prices would change on the website as well. It is 6,999. It is 6,999. And that is something that I'm offering as a bonus, because this is the first webinar. This is the first webinar of this year. So I thought, let's have more people joining in. I'm sharing the link with all of you. And in any case, if you feel that, okay, you do not want to pay upfront 6,999, then what I've also done, you can block your seat. That means you can block this price at 2,000, and you can do the remaining payment in the next 3 days, so that you do not miss out on the price. And all of that you'll be getting. And very importantly, you will be start analyzing people's handwriting in next week. That is something. And I can also tell you, the first a client that you can charge is minimum 2,500. So that's the minimum charge that people, or the graphologists charge when they analyze anybody's handwriting is 2,500. You can also give healing therapies to others, but I would not recommend it initially. I want you to undergo that training for 30 days. Then you're in the right way, right mindset to give graphotherapy to others. Yeah.